Hi there, I'm Christine Dunbar from speechmodification.com, and this is my Smart American Accent training. In this video, we'll look at how to pronounce water bottle, and we'll talk about the flap T sound, the differences between the spelling and the sounds in these words, and how to say it fluently and naturally and easily when speaking American English. So in American English, when we have one T or two T's or also one or two D's in the middle of words, we typically say these as a flap sound, especially when the T or D is followed by an unstressed syllable. What that means is, in a word like water, the wa syllable is stressed. So it's longer, it has a clear vowel, and then my syllable is short and unstressed. Same thing in bottle. The ba syllable is long, has a clear vowel, and then my do syllable is short and reduced. So in both of these cases, I use what's called a flap sound for those letter T's. A flap is the same as a T or a D, except that I'm not building up a bunch of air. So rather than water, where I stop the air and release it in a burst, water, my tongue comes up to the spot that I make the T, but it doesn't build any pressure. It just gently releases water, water. Also, you'll notice that my voice is on, so sometimes it's helpful to think of it as a D, water, especially if it's easy for you to say something like a word like middle, where you have the D in the middle, or waiter, someone who wades, not a common word, but those D's in the middle do the same thing, where they're a light flapped sound. It's not wader or middle, but waiter, middle. So that light touch up is the flap sound. Some languages use the flap sound for an R, so the letter R can be the same flap T. So if you have a language where your R is made in the front and rolled, like you might have one R like pedal, for the R sound can be a flap in the middle in words. So that can be helpful. Sometimes people tell me if they think of it as an R, they're able to do that flap more easily. Moving on, let's look at the vowels in water and bottle. So even though we have a letter A and a letter O, these are both the ah vowel. The first one in water may sound a little affected by the fact that the w is rounded. So you might notice between water and bottle, it sounds a little more open in bottle. I don't have any lip rounding to affect that vowel sound. In water, I'm not really saying wa. I'm not using the ah vowel, not water, but it does tend towards more in that direction because of the roundness of the W. So water, you can hear the W affecting the vowel a little bit. So water bottle, ah in both. The final of water, just sometimes people have a challenge to do that together with the flap. Keep working and practicing other words that have waiter, water, better, etc. That can help you. You can also check out my videos for at the ends of words and flap T and combinations to get a little bit more practice for these. Then another challenge with this phrase, many challenges here for pronunciation, is that the letters LE at the end of bottle are a syllabic L sound. So even though the E is there, it's silent, we don't really have much between our flap and our L. You'll see in this transcription, I've chosen to put in a tiny little schwa sound. It sounds like because I can't really go directly from the D to the L, dull, pretty much, but there's a tiny little bit of a vowel sound in there, and that little tiny vowel is like a schwa, bottle, dull. So when I'm making that syllabic L, I'm just changing the contact from my flap to my L contact, and I'm dropping the back of my tongue so that I have kind of the or position of the tongue in the back, and the front of the tongue is lifted. Dull, bottle. I do have a number of videos talking about this syllabic L, words like little, bottle, settle, Seattle, to help you with that patterning, if that's the challenge here for you in this phrase. And then what I would suggest is work on each of these words separately, then work on putting them together. Then don't forget, once you can say water bottle by itself, do try using it in some short phrases, because what you might find is that you've mastered water, you've mastered bottle, you've even mastered water bottle. But then when you go to use it, any accent error patterns you had or challenges you had with that pronunciation may come back, because in natural speech, we can't always be thinking about those elements that we're working on when we're just focusing on an individual word. So you might practice things like, I need my water bottle, where's my water bottle, I've got a new water bottle, I forgot my water bottle, do you have a water bottle? The water bottle is full, the water bottle is empty. Just short phrases that you would naturally use this two-word combination in. And one last thing, as you were noticing when I was using those phrases, I was putting my primary stress on water and some secondary stress on bottle. So these don't have equal stress. It's not water bottle or water bottle. It's water bottle. So the word bottle is still stressed on the first syllable and unstressed on the second, but the overall stress of the phrase, the main stress is on the first word, water. That's because this is a compound noun. So same as we would say grocery store or gas tank, when there's two nouns together, the first noun gets the primary stress, the second noun gets the secondary stress. You can get more help for compound nouns in my videos about that, as well as in some of our practice podcasts. We have some practice videos for incorporating compound nouns into sentence stress so that you can pronounce those naturally with the correct intonation patterns. Okay, I bet you never thought there were so many complicated details about water bottle, but it's a really good example of many of the small details and challenges of American English that maybe when you're saying this word, it doesn't sound quite the same as native speakers. And I hope that breaking those down for you, giving you some ideas for practice, will help you feel confident and be able to use these words easily and naturally when you're speaking with others. Do check out our Sounds of English course if you need more help for any of these individual sounds or any of the sounds of English on our website, speechmodification.com. It's going to walk you through things like the vowel sounds, the flap T, the syllabic L, and what words are in, how to integrate them into your speech. It's a great way to build confidence, to be able to say any word you like confidently and easily in American English. That's our Sounds of English course, and I hope you'll check it out on our website, speechmodification.com. You can also get more help for all of these topics here on the channel. Use our search tools on our community page, on our homepage, to find specific videos, or leave me a comment and I'll let you know if I've covered your word, or I'll add it to my list of requests to cover in a future video. Thanks so much for your support of the channel, membership, channel subscriptions, liking, commenting. All of these things help the channel to grow, and I truly appreciate your support. I look forward to seeing you in our next class. I'm Christine Dunbar from speechmodification.com. Remember, if you want to sound like a native speaker, you can do it. speechmodification.com. Bye, everyone. Hope to see you again soon.